20% of the rubble, and no, X, Y, and Z. And then they basically went through and gave some examples in Iraq of how, let's say, USAID said they serviced 100,000 people, and then they found that it was only 300 people.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So you could see it. It's called false U.S. benevolence, okay? But as I was writing that, I didn't want to fool folks that somehow things were going to change because this congressperson is taking USAID to task. Because at the end of the day, it's all, like you were saying, it's a masquerade. Because it's Congress itself that puts the law together that requires that USAID use its money to buy U.S. resources and U.S. goods. So essentially, I compared it to this Haitian parable. In Haiti, because 70 to 80% of the people are peasants, a lot of their everyday language is the language of the peasants and the farmer. And the mongoose is a ground animal that loves chickens, the farmer's chicken,
Okay.
And the malfini, I don't really know what the name is in English, but the malfini is a bird of prey.
Okay.
That swoops down and also kills and eats the chicken.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I'm following.
Are you with me so far?
I'm with you, sister.
Okay, so the example I wanted to give was that when you see the Republicans and the Democrats going at each other in Congress, saying, you are a failure, Shah, as head of the as head of USAID, because they are not in, the Democrats are in power, so the Republicans are saying that USAID, who representing the Obama administration and Mrs. Clinton and the State Department, is a failure. So when you see the Republicans going after the Democrats, right? I say it's like seeing the mongoose in the malfini. Okay, they're both going after. When you see the malfini, the bird of prey, swoops down to kind of shoo the mongoose out of the way, it's not because he wants to protect the chicken. It's just because he wants the place cleared so he can take the chicken himself.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. It's a very good analogy.
Do you get that?
Yeah, no, it's a very... But I'm happy I asked you because I wouldn't have got
Haiti is the chicken, okay?
Yeah.
And so when the Republicans and the Democrats are talking about Haiti aid is not helping Haiti, okay? It wasn't helping Haiti when the Republicans were in power. Now the Democrats are in power and the Republicans are screaming and yelling at the Republicans. It's just their power play to take over and do the same thing. It's not their power play somehow to protect Haitians.
Yeah, they're just switching chairs, pretty much.
They're just switching chairs. It's a masquerade, and I want people to understand that because the failure is structural. It's built into the system.
Yeah, exactly. I think
so. That's why, and I call that the second part of the piece Bonjour, Malfini, and Mongoose because Bonjour was a Haitian satirist who lived during the time of the first U.S. occupation of Haiti, which was from 1934 to 1915. I'm sorry. 1915 to 1934. And that 19-year span, we hope this occupation doesn't last as long. But during the first occupation, the president of the United States was Wilson. And when Harding became president, it was like Obama becoming president for Haitians. They thought that they would give him something different than what Wilson had given them, because Wilson gave him the occupation. So it's like Bush gave us the coup d'etat, and we hope that Obama would maybe help us with sovereignty and more enfranchisement and empowering of the people. But instead, he brought us Bush and Clinton as earthquake relief chiefs.
Yes, that was.
Back in the day, Bonjo, this satirist, when Haitians during the first occupation saw that Wilson was going to be out of office, they thought that would help them. That they would, I do a little poem that Bonjo writes. He said, "It's not Wilson, it's not Wilson, it's Harding. All Haitians now think they're going to have some sardines." Because at the time, back in 1914, whatever, sardines was like canned goods was a good delicacy.
Yeah.
So he was trying to make a statement, trying to say, we're going to have something better now. But then he said, so the U.S. Senate at the time sent a committee of inquiry to Haiti to interview the slaughters that people were reporting of the Cacos at the time, which were the Haitian rebels who were fighting against the occupation. Okay. And so they took all of this testimony, and they saw that there was this slaughter going on. And instead of doing anything, they said thank you very much for the testimony. Something like "Good morning." I forgot what it said, but it was basically he was the satire was that nothing was done.
Yeah, nothing. It's just.
So I use that to show that while you're watching this sort of masquerade of the current U.S. Democrats and Republicans talking about the failure of aid, nothing will be done ultimately.
Yes. I've seen, lately, and I think you wrote about that lately. Michel Martelly and for his inauguration, I've seen that because I was reading that on your site too. That he has like a new security, and what really caught my eyes, the whole thing about them having this Hitler salute. So who trained? No, that's really scary. Because to me, symbolism means a lot.
That was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
But who trained them really? And what do you know about
the U.S., the U.S., the UN, and Canada? I mean, the people who they trained them. I mean, I have never seen that salute in Haitian. I don't know. Maybe it's my lack of knowledge, but it was absolutely a Hitler salute.
Really
so I don't know what that's about. I really don't know what's about.
So,
but you know what history has already shown.
Yeah.
After the first occupation, the United States left us with the Haitian army that was all about pursuing U.S. interests. So whatever they're putting together now under this occupation is about pursuing U.S. interests.
So are they gonna replace the UN? I mean the minister, as far as you know.
Well, I can't answer that. I do know that Martelly has said that he wants to bring back the Haitian army as it used to be, and that's what I guess that's his plan, to replace the UN.
Yeah.
And as you could see, it's like history repeating itself.
Yeah. And the last question, because I know I've kept you for a long time, so that's going to be the last question. I know I've read also that there's a Connecticut law firm that sues the Jesuits for $100 million. I guess for the actions of the Perlitz and the Duarte. So I also have to congratulate you on that, because I've read that I think Perlitz is doing a good amount of time in Connecticut. So maybe can you elaborate a little bit on that lawsuit on the Jesuit, if possible?
Yes. Very quickly. I mean, it was one of our successes. Truly, I'm very proud of that work. And all of the folks at the Haitian Lawyers Leadership Network, including you, everyone who supported us in this endeavor. It was a 7-year journey. A really long time. There is briefly a man by the name of Douglas Perlitz who went to a Jesuit school called University of Fairfield right here in the United States, and he went to Haiti as a student. as part of a delegation put together by a Jesuit priest at that university who was the head of the chaplain ministry by the name of Father Paul Currier. And for 10 years, this Douglas Perlitz went back to Haiti and started a project, Toussaint, which was an orphanage for homeless Haitian boys. And it came to pass that he was molesting those boys for all of those years. I mean, systematically. Yeah. It was like a buffet for him. He had access to about 300 boys, and the university was collecting monies to send to Haiti to this man, and so when this came to us, and we have many of such cases. This is the most in terms of justice we've gotten so far. On December 21st, 2010, he was convicted. And I have to say, you know, as much as I have criticized the United States government in this particular case, I bow down to the U.S. Prosecutors, because they did a wonderful, amazing job in prosecuting this man and staying with it, because there are some powerful people from the Catholic Church and the Jesuit Church who tried to cover up for this man. Yeah. We had to do a lot of stuff, the Haitian Elite Leadership Network, to push the campaign so that this case would not be thrown out of court, so that the children would have a voice, because they weren't here, they were in Haiti. They were ostracized for coming out against this man, because folks were saying it's because Haitians didn't want to see their children get educated, that this man was a saint. Bottom line is he got 19 years in prison plus 10 years probation. Where he's on probation, and that was the most that he could get, and we're very happy with that. There is a civil case that just came out, where some of the boys are represented by an American lawyer who is asking for damages, as you say, on behalf of those children, and is still suing not just Perlitz, who is not in jail, but Father Currier, who was his supervisor who was his partner, the guy who actually raised the money at the using the college and the auspices of the Order of Malta and Fairfield University. So they have become defendants in this civil case, and the charge against